sometimes it will not even be what the opponent will say. It will be what you will say.
Your own words.
Yes, your own words can just floor
you.
Turn against you in a debate. So you should just know that. So for those who are crying or who are saying that it is not good because they will disrespect the musician, the artists, and the things that they have done, no, I disagree. And my point is that if someone is pointing out something that they think are flaws and you think it is not, this is an opportunity for you to clear them. Whatever that you do to that portion of that work, you have to credit the original creator of it.
Yeah.
So if nothing at all, you have to mention that this is where I got the inspiration from, or this is where I got whatever that I'm doing from. So the moral right is in perpetuity.
Okay.
So if you can't do anything at all, you have to mention that the original,
you were inspired
by
this particular work
or whatever. Yeah. It is in the law. So you have to follow them and be free instead of shaming people for using their property. I mean, the thing is that he is using Sarkodie's image, but it is his artistic work.
Okay.
So that's where the dynamics is. You see, the design belongs to him. He has the right to the design. But the image is Sarkodie's image.
Yeah.
So you can't use it for commercial purpose without Sarkodie's consent.
Approval, yeah.
Yes. You cannot just, unless he's saying that there's no copyright infringement here, then his message will make sense.
Okay.
If in his conviction, he's feeling that, oh, I mean, these people are just trying to find...
He's cleared.
Yes. And these people are just trying to find a way to squeeze something from someone. And if you are a pastor, you shouldn't be doing that. Then, yes, I'm with you. But if you agree that he has done something, he has infringed on their rights, then no, the statement that you are making is like saying that if you are a pastor and there's a thief in your house, or when you catch somebody stealing your things, don't go and report the person.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
I want to believe that at this stage, those who are heading towards Ko are on their way. Maybe some have also arrived, and the Easter activities are yet to start. Aside that, I hear Volta region has also been celebrating Ko hard. This year, I want to believe Kumasi, led by the Ashanti regional minister, is also trying to do some things right by making sure many people also look the direction of Kezai, aka Osei Krom, as part of the Ashanti Fest. Ladies and gentlemen, Easter is here with us. Ready or not, you are in it. Now, those who are supposed to kill Jesus too, I want to believe they've started doing their things. If they've not nailed him already, they've started doing their things. But in all, we are alive. And as much as we are alive, we have to do what we've got to do. So today, it is going to be me and Chemo on the flip side. Running affairs the way we want it. Slowly riding you into the weekend for the holidays. So Chamo is seated with a team of producers, Theophilus Digosh, there's that, as well as Sam Tuga. Then you should know that you're also part of this agenda. Now, we have some interesting issues to look at, and one of them I would want to start with is the just ended debate, or better still so-called, for the PROs, for those who are contending for Artist of the Year. And we have Stoneboy, represented by Vivid, aka Vida Adichimwa Boatin. We have Tilly Akuyadipa representing King Promise. And we have MC Jermaine Portfolio, who is representing King Paluta. The rest of the nominees in there, I don't know who is representing them. Like King Eternity, I don't know who is representing them. Like Joe Metal, I don't know who is representing him. Like Kweku Smoke, I don't know. Like Black Sheriff, I don't know. And it goes on like that. Maybe they don't need their awards, or maybe they don't want to win, or maybe they don't see their chances, so they don't even want to pull anything at all. But after the debate, what has been the result so far, Chemo? What have you seen so far after the debate?
So far, apart from the criticisms going around, I've not seen much in the sense that people are not either saying that this guy won the debate or this guy is on top of. I've not seen much. Maybe later commentaries about who is on top and who is convincing people will come. But so far, what I've seen is people criticizing the whole thing. I've seen George Britton doing a post. I've seen the your guy, Ashkat or something.
Oh yeah, Bright Ashkat.
And then I think Caleb also wrote something.
But many people, NYDJ, and a lot of people.
I think NYDJ too.
Yeah, a lot of people. The industry followers.
Yes.
Many of them are not too enthused about the outcome.
Yeah. For me, I disagree with them.
You disagree with them?
Yeah.
Okay,
I disagree with them because this is an intellectual exercise. I mean, and when you are in a debate, the word debate, you are ready for whatever comes. It's not like, you see, in a debate, you can say things and people go that, yeah, you are harsh. Why should you even say something like this and all those things? But that's why it's a debate. Outside the debate and you say those things, you are being disrespectful. But within the debate, it is not.
Yeah.
In a debate, you are just trying to say something that you think it will convince people to get where you are coming from or your viewpoint. So in a debate, there is a little room or there is a room for you to say certain things in the name of convincing people to see your viewpoint.
To what you are talking. Okay.
Yes. So it's an intellectual exercise. That's why we call it a debate. That's why it is organized. It's not like they were at their various places and they are throwing whatever that they want to throw out there. No, this is an organized thing that they have called them. Like somebody has done whatever that he needs to do to call these people that, okay, come and convince me that this person deserves it than the other person. And doing that, you say positive and negative about why the other person cannot win. Then you say positive for yourself why you think you deserve it. So for a debate, I think there's nothing wrong with it for people to say that they are disrespecting the artist, they are saying things that they think it is not good for the artist and all those things. Me, I disagree. That's why it is a debate. Unless you don't understand what debate is all about. It's about convincing people to see your viewpoint. And in doing so, you either criticize your opponent and then say something good for yourself, or you say good for yourself and you even ignore whatever your opponent will say. For those who are watching, will decide whether you are convincing them or not. They are not doing the debate for themselves. They are doing it for the audience, including those who are criticizing. You watch it. And your judgment is that it is disrespectful to the artist. Yes, what it means is that you are not convinced about how they say their things, and it ends there. It shouldn't go beyond that. I mean, if after the debate they are saying things like that, then yes, I will agree that no, there is no need for you to for you to be attacking your opponent just for us to know what you have for whoever cares to listen. No. But in a debate, it is allowed. That's why it is called a debate.
Well, I think there is one point that I would also want to establish to add to what Chemo has told us already. Fact is that, indeed, when you are having a debate, obviously, you have to project your achievements, your wins over the other. What is scary for these people's debate is the fact that now they think that they are exposing their weakness to the public. So, for instance, if Tiliaki Adipa says, oh, Stoneboy, his career is retrogressing because last 2 years, the numbers he had, the last year under review, he did not get close to it. Oh, Stoneboy, he's featured all the artists in this world, yet his numbers are not showing. Unfortunately, this is a clear revelation of Stoneboy's weakness. And over there, people are going to keep some of these things in their heads forever.
That's why it is a debate. is to prick you or prompt you to think outside your chamber. Maybe you are so into your artist, you are not looking at some of these facts. So in a debate, somebody will say things that you as an individual or belonging to a certain camp may not be looking at it. So after the debate, it's either you correct your flaws or you think that, okay, it's over for me, I can't do anything about it. That's why it's a debate. I mean, they do the same with our politics. That's why they sometimes they will let the presidential candidates debate about issues. Say what you think can help Ghana, or say what you think is wrong with Ghana. That's what they do. After them projecting what they think can help Ghana, they will also point the weaknesses of their opponent. That this is why you can't give it to the other guy. Because or you weak or you weak or the same thing is happening here. So Tiliekwe Nipa is telling us that this is the reason why you can't vote for Stonebwoy. Because he's weak here, he's weak there, he's weak there. That's what it is. The same way the Stonebwoy's PRO Vida can also find something or the weaknesses of King Promise and then say it. Like you can't give it to King Promise because he's
in fact there is one weakness that Vida said when she said that to King Promise, his songs are not the ones leading the agenda for him, but rather it is the dancers. And that over the years, anytime a King Promise song has done well, it is because a dancer did something and the dance rather took the lead. Therefore, in terms of impact when it comes to music, he thinks King Promise doesn't have it because it is his dancers who have been doing the work for him instead.
Good. That is the argument. But for me, what I will counter when you say something like that is that, yes, the dancers, they are not dancing with other songs. So if my songs are leading, it's still my impact. So you should also have a better way to combat some of the argument that will come up. If my songs are the things that the dancers are using to create the impact, it's obviously me. Because without my songs, those dancers are not anything to hold on to. Whatever that they can do is because of my song. So I'm having the impact through that thing. Through the dance that they are giving, I am impacting. In fact, if I'm part of the King Promise team, I will even say that my impact is even beyond what she is talking about because I am creating job through the dancing. People are making money out of it. My songs are going viral. People are getting happy because they will also learn how to do the dance. So if you are talking about impact, having a song that will let dancers create a dance that can go to the extent that even people who are not professional dancers will learn how to dance. Obviously, I'm leading. So you should know how to combat some of these. Yes. In fact, you are even giving me the point that I should use against you. So when we have a debate, some of these things will come out. And yes, some people may be having the impression that Vida is having. So this is an opportunity for you, when she points it out like that, for you to counter that. No, even if somebody is thinking like that, it is not the right way to think about it. This is it. Then you direct how people should think, so that you will have the convincing power that you are looking for. So for me, debate is a good thing, but don't try to don't go in and think that it will be all fair and good for you. No, it's not like that. Some debate can make or make you. If you are going into the debate, you should know that sometimes it will not even be what the opponent will say. It will be what you will say. Your own words. Yes, your own words can just turn against you in a debate. So you should just know that. So for those who are crying or who are saying that it is not good because they will disrespect the musician, the artists, and the things that they have done, no, I disagree. And my point is that if someone is pointing out something that they think are flaws and you think it is not, this is an opportunity for you to clear them, because some people somewhere are thinking like that. That's why some people will come in a debate and point those things out.
Yeah.
So if you have something better to say, give it out so that you will clear that misconception. That is it. It's an opportunity to say something that you think is better for people to hear.
Okay.
Instead of you just keeping it to yourself because you are an artist and you don't want anybody to criticize you or criticize your music. It is not done anywhere. Especially if it is in an organized form like that. Yes.
Like that, yeah.
It is an organized thing. It's not like somebody is in his house and saying things anyhow and anyway. No, it's not like that. So for me, I think this is a good one. It's an intellectual exercise. What it means is that next time when they are coming, those who are coming to present the good news of their artists, they will prepare more, they will learn more, they will do more things. In fact, they will also learn about the other artists, trying to point out the flaws of the other artists.
Okay.
That is it. So that's why it's an intellectual exercise. You can't just go in with the fact that is coming on your side. Like Tilia Kwenipa is saying, what it means is that she's been studying Stoneboy and what he's been doing. That's why he can point out those things. The same way somebody will study Kim Promise and point out those things. So for me, debate is good.
Okay.
If you think you don't have what it takes to be part of it, fine. I will understand you, yes, but don't say that it is not good. For me, I'm with them. I think it's good.
Well, so so far so good with it. Now there was one observation that I made. I want to say maybe Chemo would have another opinion on it. It's about David Jermaine portfolio, MC portfolio. During the debate, anytime an encounter between Stoneboy and Tilly, or Stoneboy's team and Tilly comes up, you see David Jermaine portfolio. Yeah. He is trying to stay far away from it.
Yeah.
There were some of the scenes that I saw his attitude. I was going like, oh, Masa, while you are sitting, you don't have to be like, oh, this one there, BL. You guys are going for a debate, and it's an open forum. Say yours, let me say mine. Now, if you go and sit there like, oh, media, I don't want to go and say something that will affect Stoneboy, so I don't want to say something. Then you'll be there looking like a stooge. Yep. Unfortunately. Because most of the videos I saw, now looks like the women have taken him out in this whole debate conversation. They succeeded in taking him out because the ladies will come together and whatever banter they are doing, it kicks your man out automatically.
Yeah, I think I shared the same observation with you, and for me, I like the way that he spoke, like generally, about his artists. The way that there were some way that they hit him hard with the points, but he was able to say something just around the whole thing to convince you that yes, I may not have what you guys are saying or what you guys are talking about, but I have something that is equally important and good, like the way that you want to project your artist. So for that one, I think he did well. But yes, the observation that sometimes he tries to go away from criticizing the other side, it was like, nah, Master, this is a debate. Say it within the debate context. You have the right to say those things. If outside the debate and you want to be like that, fine. But in a debate, don't go like that, because those who are watching,
they also have their own judgment.
Yes, of course, we will see through it and we'll go like, no, you are not giving your best for us to, even if you are saying the right things. It's like, no, we want to hear what you have to say about the other side. So if you are not saying anything, we are not convinced about whatever that you want to share with us. So yeah, I also observed that thing. He was so weak
and at the point, he was just scared, and at the point he was missing in action. The women took over the stage and they were running it like it was nobody's business. So David Jermaine portfolio, be yourself. At that time, there is nobody important than you sitting there. At that time, nobody's opinion matters better than you sitting there. At that time, even if you have someone supplying information, whilst you are sitting on your feet to create words to put out, you are more important. So I wonder why you delegated yourself to the background and you just decided it to go unnoticed. Well, we wish you well. I know what you are trying to avoid. But no matter what you do, company there, so face the reality. I know you still think that, Charlie, let me keep it clean so that one day I can go back to the combat and fight. A bed in pan loyalty means a lot to some of these people and to the people who do it. So just stay cool and let's see how it goes. Now, away from TGMA PR conversation, let's do some law. We are talking about the lawsuit flying left, right, and center. And I would want us to look at one angle where Criss Waddle, who happens to be the boss of AMG, where Medikal used to be a part of the other time. Medikal said he's no more an AMG member. He said he's now BYK, that is beyond control. So I don't know whether I can still say they have this or that, but it is what it is. Medikal says he's now BYK, but Criss Waddle also continues to remain the CEO of AMG Gang. Now, what is Criss Waddle saying? I'm sure he has seen, if not heard, about Medikal suit from Alabaster Box. I want to believe he's also asking himself questions that, oh, what did my people do wrong? Reason today we are where we are. Therefore, he put out something. It is what I want to read so that myself and Chemo, you try to analyze his understanding of the issue and why he's taking this position. Now, Criss Waddle tweets, and he says, Abrabon Nafomo, to see Christian musicians seal their son's age mate for money still surprises me. Munyame Sumpuni. Now take your time. I'll go over it again. It says, Abrabon Nafomo, to see Christian musicians sue their son's age mate for money still surpasses me. Munyame Sumpuni. So that's what Criss Waddle is trying to tell us. He's saying that it is not easy to live in Ghana. It is never a joke at all, because he's surprised that gospel musicians, they are suing a musician who is almost of their children's age. According to Criss Waddle, he's surprised that someone who believes in the gospel music industry, which is propagation of God's words and all that, he's surprised that, such a person, you are suing another person who is almost the age of your children. And he says, that still surprises me. And he says, Munyame Sumpunye. So he wants to say that, oh, you guys are not real. You guys are fake. Even you claim to be gospel musicians. You claim to be ministers. Yet you guys are following a path that is not too positive or palatable. Well, that is what he is saying. I'm talking about Criss Waddle. And at this stage, I want to go back to Chemo and ask, how do we break down what Criss Waddle is saying?
Oh, it's sad. I mean, unless we will not consider Criss Waddle as
an industry player.
An industry player, yes.
Yeah, but we have to consider him as such.
And if we have to consider him as an industry player, then this is sad. I mean, he should know better for him to say things like that. I mean, when we take it to the normal life, like he's saying, Abrabona from what he's trying to say, in other words, is that oye sofu na obiba ofi be fawa there na oche na emfaninko police station. Man because oye sofu. Yes, that's what he's saying. Just that in this case, we don't have tangibles here. It's music. It's not like you are touching it. It's not like you are feeling it. So if you don't take care, you will not see it the way that I am interpreting it now. Like if you are a pastor and somebody comes to your house to steal, don't report that person to the police because you are a man of God. Yeah. You just have to forgive the person stealing your property. That's what he's saying. That's why I'm saying that if we will consider him as an industry player or part of the industry, then it is sad. Why? Because his understanding of copyright issue is zero. Like it's not there. Yeah. And I am wondering how he will feel if someone takes his work, the Bija and the other stuff that he has done, some of his popular songs, young guy somewhere will take it and then just re-record the same thing and put it out there. I'm wondering how he will feel. about something like that. Especially,
he will not be happy about it, obviously.
Obviously, you will not be happy.
Yeah.
Because somebody is just using
feeding off your
hard
hustle,
work,
yeah.
your artistic properties and all those things. So for him to talk like that, I'm sad. If we consider him as part of the industry players, this is not good. What it means is that people are not learning about copyright issues. People are not on top of issues when it comes to copyright. And people like him should know better.
Okay.
If he knew better, if he knows better what he's talking about, he would rather be apologetic. He would rather be advising Medikal to go and apologize.
Do the right thing,
to do the right thing instead of trying to shame people protecting their property.
Yes.
You are just shaming them for protecting their property. No. Abrabon na for mampa.
David.
Abrabod na from cry. Yes, anka. Unzu ntimi nkofo be property na we are on some shaming. You can't just go and take somebody's copyright, intellectual property, and then shame him for trying to say that no, you can't do that to me. This is not
show you the right way.
The right way to go about things, and you are shaming him for it. So I mean, for me, I can clearly see that he doesn't understand the copyright issues, and maybe he's not even.
Or even maybe the one in question, he's not paid attention like that.
Yes, and then maybe he's also not ready to learn anything, because for this one, you cannot just, unless he's saying that there's no copyright infringement here, then his message will make sense.
Okay.
If in his conviction he's feeling that, oh, I mean, these people are just trying to find...
He's cleared.
Yes. And these people are just trying to find a way to squeeze something from someone. And if you are a pastor, you shouldn't be doing that. Then, yes, I'm with you. But if you agree that he has done something, he has infringed on their rights, then no, the statement that you are making is like saying that if you are a pastor and there's a thief in your house, or when you catch somebody stealing your things, don't go and report the person.
Pray for him.
Yeah, just pray for him because you are a pastor, because Abrabon for. No, I think Criss Waddle should come again. And again, I will entreat him to, I mean, seek some knowledge when it comes to copyright issue, so that he can use it to protect himself and people around him.
Okay.
He can advise the people that he can influence to do the right thing.
Okay.
So that we will not get to the point that somebody will sue for you to come out to say that Abrabona form because they are men of God or they do gospel music. No. Gospel musicians, to some of us, they are also working. They are also doing something that they will survive on, like you are saying, Abrabona form. So they will not just leave it for somebody to feed on it because they are gospel musicians and they don't hold right to something that they have.
If you don't do it right.
Yeah, they have to come for you. And again, there are some people behind the scenes who are not gospel musicians, but they are doing the gospel business.
Okay.
Record label holders will not care about the gospel musician.
Whether you're a Muslim or you're a gospel artist.
They have invested in there. It is a main and come invest or alabaster boss. Now what Babefa, what is they are gospel musicians, they should let it go. No. As an investor, I won't let it go. Because me, I'm not a Christian. I am just doing the work of God.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes. Yeah. And I have to protect things that I belongs to me.
Yeah.
So I think it's unfortunate that he will go that direction. And I wish that the industry players should learn more about
so they can educate their followers.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Because when you go online, the way people are on the post making it look like, oh, Kenyans are saying,
no.
Meanwhile, it doesn't come across as such.
And I'm interpreting it say, Abrabon na from, oh yes, so for na chromophobia we are there and Faninko police station, and let's see if the same reaction will come. I think that's how they should do it. And let's see.
But more interestingly, I also observed something. Ever since the Criss Waddle post came out, there are some people who are believers of the law. Now they're also saying that, okay, as much as they might not agree entirely with Criss Waddle on what he posted, they're also asking that when it comes to the gospel music industry, if you are talking about people who have taken songs from other people, gospel artists, they beat everybody from stage to studio. Now, an artist can say, oh, I want to do that, and I say, but what I want to do, I'm doing it maybe Afrobeat, I'm doing it Afropop, I'm doing rap, and at the end of the day, I'm coming to still do that. The gospel music industry, it has been labeled with this. So someone also thinks that, Criss Waddle is right to an extent, because you, this gospel artist, also going to see, you know, when we enter into your cobwebs, what we will bring out, you guys will also be shocked.
Yeah.
Because you guys are recycling many of the songs in the system. You don't even do new. You guys are just recycling.
Yeah.
Even if they do new, they just have to just come and still rub it in the old one.
Yeah.
And there are people with that argument that, oh, okay, it is true. We are with Criss Waddle. Whatever he said, the gospel artists, they are doing too much.
They are not doing too much. My point is that some of the songs that you are talking about, Danasi, for instance, I believe it is in the public domain now, either of Danasi, as we talk now. So if somebody owns that, that person can take the gospel musician on.
Okay.
So you can't say that, oh, as soon as they or the chair, so they no, you can't say that. So the argument will not hold, because when some of them are in the public domain already, which means that we don't know the right holder of those songs.
Yeah.
For those that are not in the public domain, I don't think they will allow you to take it like that. And if they have allowed it, it's because maybe the gospel musicians also go through the right channels. They've been seeking permission from the right holders.
Okay.
They are not just taking right holders songs. So you can't use that for any argument that will hold. Because this time around, the guy is there. He knows that you have taken my property and I want to get it back.
Okay.
As simple as that. For the song that you are talking about, they should mention the right holders and tell us that the right holders they have decided not to take any gospel musician on, or the gospel musicians are avoiding right holders, paying the right holder. That's where we can situate that argument and say that, okay, then it is valid. But for people using it like that, it is in the public domain. What it means that it is in the public domain. There's no right holder, so anybody at all can use it. Minimum or claim right to certain things are gospel musicians and they are say, oh, this one we know. Sometimes they even say, oh, this is Pentecost song. This is
and they say.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
It's a Pentecostal song.
Yes. Yeah. Pentecostal song. If we can trace back how long the song has been in existence, according to Ghana copyright law, if it has been in existence for more than 70 years, it is in the public domain. Anybody at all can use it. Yes. Copyright has expired after 70 years, especially if that right belongs to what they call a legal person. Legal person could be an entity, like the Pentecost as an entity is a legal person. Broadcasting corporation, like maybe Ghana GBC, Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, they are the legal persons. But the natural person, then it will take 70 years, and the 70 years after the death, if it belongs to one person, like Alabaster Boss, for instance, even if they died, we can calculate the time that they published the song.
Till the time that they will die.
When they die, it will take 70 years for it to be in the public domain. That's when you can use it without asking for permission. After that, then you can use it without asking for permission. If they publish, let's say now the song has been in existence for 70 years now. If they are still alive, it is not in the public domain. When they died, then we will calculate 70 years after their death. That's when it will be in the public domain for anybody to use it. But if it is for an institution like Pentecost or SDA, after 70 years, anybody at all can use it without seeking permission or whatever from the SDA people. That is the Ghana law. Copyright Act 2005, Act 690.
Okay.
That's what it is. So for me, I think they should learn about the law and then
as in the artist should learn about the law.
About the law, or seek advice from those
Legal
counsels.
Yeah.
Then act right. That is it. It's not like you can't use somebody's song. You can do it, but do it the right way. People are doing it. There are some people, their expertise is to sample other people's song. Their expertise is to work on other people's song for them to also climb to the top.
Yeah.
But they are doing it the right way. Seek proper clearance and then do it. So why do you want to do it without going through the right channel and later shame the people who wants to protect their property?
Yeah.
I disagree with them. They shouldn't do that.
Well, so to Criss Waddle, I know you are doing this to support your gentleman or to support your son, as we may call it. But unfortunately, many are saying your son could have done better. He could have moved swiftly, a little swiftly more than what he did. And if he had done that, we should be good. But because he did not do it, whether they are gospel songs, whether Medikal has grown or they have grown past Medikal for 100 years, still they are just following the law.
Nana Boro did the right thing at the time that he sampled Oboba J. Adolfo's song.
Okay.
He did
Okay. Yeah.
After that, yes, when Oboba J. Adolfo complained, he went to his place, asked for forgiveness, and even gave him something to compensate for whatever has happened. And then Oboba J. Adolfo blessed him for that song. Wow. He said that you can use it now. Now you have done the right thing. You came in, you told me this is what has happened, and in fact, you even gave me something that, yes, just to show the remorse or whatever damage that I have caused. Oboba accepted the money and blessed him for the song that he gave. So you can go through the same thing. Just do the right thing. I remember at the time that they were talking about it, some people were saying that, and yet direct, or you sue one, but later that they saw that, no, Master, you have committed. The guy did the right thing. So he should learn from Nana Boro and others. You can just do it. And I think when they are complaining like that, when you get closer to them, they won't really stretch it like that. They won't. They want recognition. And again, in the copyright law 2005, there's something there that they call moral right. And the moral right is in perpetuity. Okay. When you did any artwork, even when it is in the public domain, after the 70 years and you're there 70 years and it is in the public domain, the right holder will still hold the moral right even after the death. And the moral right is whatever that you do to that portion of that work, you have to credit the original creator of it. Yeah. So if nothing at all, you have to mention that this is where I got the inspiration from, or this is where I got whatever that I'm doing from. So the moral right is is in perpetuity. Okay. So if you can't do anything at all, you have to mention that the original, you were inspired by this particular work or whatever. Yeah. It is in the law. So you have to follow them and be free instead of shaming people for using their property. I mean, it's not cool.
I know, right? Well, we wish them well. Is it too late for Medikal at the moment?
It is not.
Okay.
If he wants to do the right thing, it is not. It is about negotiation. It's about talking to them. What will happen, as I said on Roland's report, is the fact that somebody will be smiling going to the bank.
At all costs. At all costs. Where we've got into.
Where we've got into there. So just do the needful. Do the needful. That's it. And yes, I want to have a bit and no one because all my lawyers near Juma more. I don't want to be increases canon. Copyright issues can take years. So if you stretch it for, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years, my G 50,000, 100,000 people.
What wasting the time?
What wasting the time? Resources. About hard. 15 million. What is on crowd? Okay, man, 10 million. So I think it is not too late, and I think they will stretch it like that if they know that you are being reasonable here and you want to talk to them. I think they will come down, negotiate, and take something that they think they deserve, and we will all be happy.
Interesting times indeed. Let's see how this goes. We want everybody to do it right, and we want to add professionalism to whatever we are doing. But if professionalism is thrown to the dogs, then you should know something is wrong somewhere. Now, let's see if we can tackle this before we can go for our weekend to start our Easter holidays as well. Some years ago, I think I was on Plus FM, if not Plus FM, to be on Xylophone FM, obviously one of them. When a gentleman called Obobia is the female version. Yeah. Obuobi came to tell us about his dealings with Sarkodie. At that time, he talked about designing something with the face of Sarkodie and suggesting to them, like some business people do. They have an idea, but because they are not having the rights or they are not having the authority, they design the idea, sell it to you. If you are able to vibe with the idea, then they run with you. So Bobby did this. He designed the face of Sarkodie, added the Sarkodie brand, and made a sack with a certain signature design to it. He suggested it to the people. They said, okay, we'll get back to you. Let's see how it goes. We get back to you. We get back to you like that. It took some time. He did not hear anything from them until one day he heard Sarkodie was launching his clothing line. And interesting to his surprise, when he went to check what clothes were there, it was his design that Sarkodie had used for the clothes design. At that time, he felt it was wrong. He approached them for conversations. Conversations started, and still he was not seeing the head or tail of the conversation. So his only option was to run to the court. And indeed, he got Team Sarkodie served. When matters started, they said, oh, okay, no problem. We will settle. We're going to give you something at the side, maybe some ADR or something. Unfortunately for him, the ADR promise that they gave to him and the amount of money they promised to give to him, and also him, and also baby. Now the gentleman waking up one day to see, hey, Sarkodie is suing Ecobank for the same offense that some time ago he committed to him. He's shocked. Because of that, he's back to the case. Now, okay, not back to the case as in he's reviving the case. Like he's talking about the case again. Let me put it clearly like that. Because of that, he's talking about the case again. At that time, he said it was his mother who advised that he puts down the case and just lets matters slide. He shouldn't follow it again. He should let sleeping dogs lie. But now that he's talking about it, we are asking, is he interested again? Because Sarkodie is going to sue some people, is he also interested? Does he want to continue with the case? Is the case a foolish case now, or still he can follow it up? And again, in the story, does he also have a genuine case to support whatever he is doing? Let's watch a video. He has put out a video where he was talking about this. A video where he was narrating what happened. And we will just oppose it to what we are having on our hand right now. That is between Sarkodie and Ecobank. Let's see what will happen. Jamo was asking whether the mother is dead or alive. So he comes back to continue the case. Yeah. Well, let's watch it. When I come back, we'll be talking some more.
What's up, world? My name is Jeremiah Obuobi, artist, product designer, and footwear designer from Tema. In 2011, I designed a sneaker called OBJ Sack 1. It was intended to be a collaboration between myself and my brand and Sarkodie. The name Sark didn't exist back then. I coined it from Sarkodie's name and created a logo featuring his head. We met with Sarkodie's team and presented the idea, specifically Sammy, who was his manager back then, encouraged us to return with a prototype. We did. We spent almost 8 months developing a prototype and tried to reconnect with them, but, to no avail. At the 2012 Rapperholic concert, I was asked to print the same logo I had designed on t-shirts, which were worn at the event. But we never heard from Sarkodie nor his management until 2013, when I discovered that shoes, clothing accessories were being sold under the Sark brand, which was fine. But the same logo that I created and the same Sark name that I coined was used. But my brand name was nowhere in the picture. It was, completely removed. So I confronted Sammy on BlackBerry. That was the major means of, communication back then. And then Sammy claimed that Sarkodie had designed that himself, which was, funny to me. So I took the issue to the Copyright Office for mediation, as it were, as professionals do. And then I was told during the mediation, after the mediation, I was made to understand that Sarkodie himself made me understand they were going to sort me out. They were going to pay. Eventually, it didn't happen, so I had to forward the matter to court. Now, the process dragged on for 3 years. My claim was for 90,000 Ghana cedis. Sarkodie's side offered to pay 20,000 Ghana cedis. But on the day of negotiation, neither Sarkodie's legal team and he himself and my lawyer were present. Nobody was there. I was the only one that was there, right? Sadly, I haven't seen my lawyer since then. My lawyer has disappeared on the face of the earth for more than 10 years. I've never seen him again. I call and he never picks up. So, the SAC brand name and the illustrated logos were my creations, even if it was based on Sarkodie's image or name. The products were launched using my concepts without my consent, with no credit and no payment. And therefore, this video is not to, spoil anybody's reputation, but I thought it was interesting for you to know that Sarkodie is suing Ecobank for almost the same reasons, the same copyright infringement he denied me more than 10 years ago. It's interesting to me. I mean, this is food for thought. The reason why I didn't continue with the case when they didn't appear in court and the case was adjourned was my mom asked me not to continue it, so I let it go. But let me know what you think about this. It's interesting how things turn out to be, that sometimes you have to remove the beam from your eyes before you can remove the straw from somebody else's eyes. But let me know what you think about that. Big up, one.
Well, so that was Obuobi there in that particular video. Chemo, is Obuobi looking for something at this time?
Obviously. If nothing at all, he wants to shame Sarkodie.
He wants to shame Sarkodie?
Yeah, for his double standard. Or the hypocrisy, as he will call it.
Okay.
Yes. If nothing at all, that's what he wants to do. But for me, I think he should do more than just that.
Okay.
And
more than just the video.
More than just talking about it, unless his mother is still alive, then he cannot continue the case.
But the mother will say, hey, I told you to stop.
Yes. So if the mother is still alive, then I think he should forget about it. But if the mother is dead and he feels that, he has in fact, he has a case. Okay. And it's an interesting one. The thing is that he is using Sarkodie's image, but it is his artistic work. Okay. So that's where the dynamics it. You see, the design belongs to him. He has the right to the design. But the image is Sarkodie's image. Yeah. So you can't use it for commercial purpose without Sarkodie's consent.
Approval, yeah.
Yes. But Sarkodie cannot also use your design, your copyright for whatever because it is his face. No. There should be an agreement between them. Yeah. Yes. And in this case, I think that's why even when he went to court or whatever, they agreed to pay something. Yeah. That is it. We will take it like he has done a job for you, so you have to compensate him for the work done. That's where they got to. And I think I think he mentioned 20,000 cedis at the time. Yeah. That they agreed to. Sarkodie's team agreed to pay 20,000, but the money also
did not come at all. I think he said he wanted 90,000.
Yes, 90,000, and they agreed to pay 20,000. But still, he didn't get the 20,000. So what it means is that Sarkodie's team knew that they have committed or they have made a mistake. That's why they agreed to pay. But so if they didn't pay, what is the reason? The money wasn't there, or what really happened? For me, if I were part of the guys' team at the time that they were not paying, that we saw that Sarkodie's brand at this time is big like that. If I were part of the team, we will start our Sark clothing line and go for the cheaper line so that we will get more sales. Just to push him to come for negotiation. Yeah. Yes. If I were part of the team at the time, I can make o ma me zi nya idea ye nko
so o ma start ya my yes
ye nko China ni ntwam or ton one ye ton because I have a mutual thing.
Yes, it is our thing.
Yes, I have the right to the design and he has the right to the image.
Yeah.
So a shared thing. So if he won't compensate me to get the total right, let's share it like that. Get any businessman who is willing to get.
But that was the solution then.
Yeah, that was the solution. And quick in Gombeba Bitia. Quick. But at that time, he didn't get it. And I think some businessmen at the time would have been interested. Or the Saki turned it the 1,000 Ghana, now turn the 200 cedis.
How about my bet Tata?
Show Abitia. Because if they take to court, the issues will pop up. And the judge will tell them that, hey, you can't do the double standard thing. The guy created the design and you agreed. You are now acknowledging that he did the design. It means it's his intellectual property. He can't use it without your consent because it is your image, it is your brand. But the thing is that you can't also use it because he is the owner of the design. So it's either you settle or you mutually agree that on turn need any low cost. Now so don't hold the any high. I think he missed out on that, and I don't know what really happened to the original case. If they got to the point that
according to him, it was a point, or it got to a point that his lawyers he was not hearing from them.
Oh, Charlie. Yeah.
Is that the lawyers were not picking his calls? When he was looking for them, he wasn't finding them, even up to now. So he doesn't know whether the lawyer died in the process or what.
You know, what it means is that he didn't have money to either pay the lawyers or the lawyers
push them to go
for the case for him, or the lawyers jump to the other side. It has happened before, and it can happen. Sometimes lawyers, they can do their thing. They can go to the other side. So
they can do business.
Yes, they can do business. So when you call them, they will not pick. Especially if you don't have money to give to them. In fact, after chasing the case for about 3 years, he said they went back and forth for about 3 or 4 years. So after that Sarkodie's team agreed to pay the 20,000, and still they were not paying. The lawyers, what money were you giving to them for them to do a follow-up for you? So,
all the years.
Yeah, for all the years. If you are not giving them money, obviously they will not mind you. Like, so for me, I think that's what happened. That's why I'm saying that the best solution at that time was for him to start a cheap clothing line to compete with the high sack clothing line. That would have been the best solution for him. And at that point, because when they have acknowledged that you did the design, you have right to use it. Just that you need their consent. And if they are using it without you consenting to your design, obviously, mutually, you also have the right to use it without them consenting to his image use or whatever.
Because so, in fact, you were even the business starter.
Yes.
You started or you sparked this whole business.
Yeah. The part that he couldn't have hold them to it, if Sarkodie also played his game right, is that you can't hold right to an idea.
Okay.
When it is just an idea, you can't have the right to it. In this Sarkodie need the team near fast. And no matter what you design is similar, right? You can't hold them to it. Because at the time it was just an idea. It wasn't a solid design that you gave to them. Nka ebia Sarkodie mu ye sombe na nka omo hwe na I'm not interested. Ube wan no mako design omo de no.
Away back.
But I think they agreed, and the guy also, I think he did something right. They got images, pictures, everything that they were together.
Oh, yeah. No, he proved everything.
Like he had proof, so it was also difficult for Sarkodie and his team to run away from it. Just that now, I think his main thing now is to expose the hypocrisy, or he wants to shame Sarkodie for doing this double standard thing. You are suing somebody for using images that looks like you. Meanwhile, you also used somebody's artwork because it was your image to do your business without compensating for it. I mean, it's an interesting one.
Oh my goodness. I remember this case very well because at the time we were also mediating.
Yeah,
we were
okay.
mediating. I remember interviewing Obobi a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I interviewed him on this matter. I had several conversations with him.
Interesting.
That time, even Flex Newspaper was around. So
Yeah.
I'm sure if you dig deeper, you might get some stories out in the name of Flex Newspaper for this particular issue.
I'll go and search for them.
Well,
and if he's ready to talk, I think he can come here and.
Now that this morning I even checked his number on my phone if I'll find it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I've changed my phones a lot of times, so I did not get it. At this stage, I'm not sure he would want to follow it up that much, because he's following it up for what interest? Does he want to revamp the matter?
So that would be the question that you'll be asking. Yes. Whether he just wants to expose Sarkodie for hypocrisy or now he's still interested in the case.
Yeah.
If he's interested, we can go deeper and see how we can also
come back to it.
Then you advise him how I say some because now Sarkodie's brand, even from that time to now, has grown. So even if you are not going for the money, but he will allow you to use his brand to do business. You are in for a good
It is what it is. Well, let's see how it goes this time round. We wish all of them well, and as a matter of fact, we want things to be done right in the industry.
Yeah.
If people cannot do normal negotiations the right way, then we are all lost. Unfortunately, it also means that they will not be able to do music business with the outside people.
Yeah.
Go over there. You can't joke with legal issues and run away. You lie bad. You'll be crippled for life. You'll not ever be able to make any movement. But here, oh, Lord, the crash system. That's the same. That's how I live because they were Ghana lost. Anyway, Chamo, Easter has started.
Yeah.
Have you seen people climbing the Coal Mountains?
Yeah, I've heard that people are now climbing.
I'm seeing some videos.
Is happening.
Yeah, I'm seeing some videos. The paragliding is still ongoing. But the paragliding, it's my issue.
Yeah.
I've mentioned it before and I'll still mention it again. They've spent money, put the place together, do it for just 4 years, close it. I saw a photo of the pilot meeting the GTA boss, Mrs. Efia Hojeto. I saw them in her office. Wow. And I'm saying, so these people will come from Thursday to Monday. You let them go. All the cost that was used to prepare the place, you let it go down again until what kind of tourism is this? Tourism is a year-round activity.
Yes.
Even those who are having deep cold weather and the high weather, they try to keep their thing going.
Yeah.
But here, a whole year.
Nice weather, nice.
I mean, it's a problem, man.
Yeah.
It is a problem, but we best here. Kwakuchi send of Ghana no.
Republic.
Republic. Let's leave it to God. Thanks so much, Chamo, for coming through. And thanks to you for keeping up with us here throughout the week. I think the holidays are here. Enjoy your holidays, but make sure you do it with care, because we just have this Easter holiday there. Apart from Monday, it is over. So just make sure you protect yourself. You do whatever you are doing in moderacy. Don't overdo. Don't overdo. We beg you, because next week we are starting work again. And I have some good news for you, Shatter Movement fans. Yeah, I'll be telling you some more when we meet again in our next episode. My name is Sammy Flex. Special thanks to Theophilus Digosh, to Sam Tuga, as well as Desert. We're meeting again in our next episode. We're out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. For check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Push sugar level, for check it. For check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.